Hello, everybody. Uh, Thank you for joining the live stream. I'm brand new at this, so I'm going to fumble around and act like anyone new at anything. I hope you have a little bit of patience. I'm making these videos so that I can highlight what TradeBlade is, what TradeBlade does, show why it's the only answer for prop firm traders. And typically, I'm trading or in a trade by now. And I got a little bit of a late start, so I'm sort of testing things right now. I'm probably not going to enter right now with a real live cash account, and that's because we're just a little bit thin here, and it can be difficult to fill a hedged position at the same price as your prop position. It's already a little bit of a challenge, but when it's thin like this, it's best to wait for a little bit more volume, a little bit more back and forth. So anyway, welcome. If you've been trading with prop firms for a while, you probably already know this stat. And that is that about 10% of the evals attempted are passed into the funded challenge. It's amazing. It's about 10%. So you understand that, you know, if you take it very seriously, you're going to bleed evals until you get to payouts. And this can just, you know, this can run into the hundreds or even thousands of dollars. And I don't know, when you start trading, you think that you think that you're going to be a millionaire in a year or two, until you get into it, and you're into it for a year or two, and you're still not profitable, and you're like, I mean, I had some flashes of success, but I'm just not consistent yet. What's going on? And then you get into year 3, 4, 5, and beyond, and then you really start understanding the true complexity of winning at day trading. It's given me tremendous respect for men like Tom Hugard, who goes at this every day and live streams it and trades tremendous size. So hats off to him. He's the real deal. But when you're a prop trader, you slowly come to the reality that this is going to take a while. And it's true. Guys like Tom Hugard have taken, 10 plus years, 20, 15, 20 years to really be good. Probably was profitable after the first decade. Very rarely are you going to have sustained results inside of that decade. There's just a lot to learn. There's a lot of experience required. And we see many examples of traders that do at least are making money right now. And so it makes us think, well, what am I doing wrong? Why can't I do this? Well, understanding that these really good traders are 1 in 1,000, not even 1 in 100. I mean, really good traders understand that there's a lot of luck involved, and it's essentially a random game or near random. And they go into, producing courses and things like that. I don't produce a course. I wanted to solve this issue once and for all, and I believe I have. And that's why I'm showing you TradeBlade today. And please like and subscribe. Please help me grow this channel. I mean, I don't care if I sell a single one of these, to be honest with you. I mean, okay, that's an overstatement. Do I put all this work in to sell none of them? No. But I'm going to be fine either way, because TradeBlade is profitable in and of itself. So I don't need, to sell a course. This is a discipline machine. This is a machine that solves the issue of I either need 10 years plus experience or well, there's no two ways about it. You need a decade plus of experience. I mean, look at all the good guys that you see out there that are trading and posting real results. Yeah, they got a decade plus in the business. And what does that mean for us? It means there's a long way to go. If you're at year 2, 3, 4, even year 5 and beyond, you still got a long way to go. TradeBlade tries to solve all that, and we solve that by taking a live hedge on the other side of your prop firm trades. Because what we've found is the most profitable for us is hedging the eval loss. So we lose 90% of the evals typically. And this TradeBlade hedging system captures profits on all of those fails. But what you'll find, and what I was extremely surprised at, was that when you apply think of it as a perfect strategy in blackjack. When you apply perfect strategy to these prop firms, you greatly increase your chances. TradeBlade statistically passes a funded challenge at 40% rate. That seems unbelievable. I know it was to me. I modeled this whole thing and got back, 37, 35, 42, percent passing of the evals. And I was like, there's no way. The industry says it's 10%, and I believe that. Why am I getting, 40% pass rate? Well, it really has to do with what's called barrier math, or also referred to as the gambler's ruin equation. It simply measures the probability of making a certain amount of money before you blow up. And this is statistical fact. It's not even opinion. It doesn't even care if you took 2 trades, 3 trades, 10 trades, 1 trade. It doesn't even matter what path you took in your trading account to get to the barriers. So if you have a profit target of 3,000 and a stop loss of 2,000, it doesn't care if you got that 3,000 all at once or if you got it over 20 trades. There is a certain probability you're going to reach that 3,000 before you hit the 2,000, and that is a 40% chance. So, and I don't want to give away too many secrets, not because I don't trust you. It's just simply, we're not trying to bust Apex. We're trying, or any prop firm, we're trying to actually fail evals. But the barrier math suggests and has shown that you're going to pass 4 of every 10, give or take, on average, of the evals that you attempt using TradeBlade. 4 of 10. Of those 4, you're going to get to payout about 25% of the time. About 1 in 4, 1 in 5. So that means of every 10 evals that you attempt, you're going to get to pay out 1 time. And that all works out mathematically with the prop firms. They give a little back, they take some money in, they give a little back, and it's all mathematically what that is. Now, if you deviate from that math, through edge or through just sort of a lucky streak, where everything you're doing is hitting, then you'll deviate from that 40%. But over time, all things being equal, You're going to gravitate to around 4 of every 10 evals you attempt. You are going to get a funded challenge. How many of you have even gotten a funded challenge? TradeBlade will get you a 4 of 10 expected probability every time you run it. Let me show you something here, and this is how everything sort of is derived. Now we don't have the normal. Let me go ahead and put the normal prop target and loss. Let's see here. I don't want to mess with that. Let's go to the website version. Okay, so this is all set up already. So I want to show you something here, and this is why this works and how this works. So we found that with an eval costing 40 bucks, and if you took a hedge on the other side of it of like 1/10 the size, if you blew it up and lost $2,000 in your prop account, which is fake money, and you won $200 of real money by taking a 10% hedge against that trade, you would net out $160. Now, if you have a failure rate of 90%, that's insane money. That's insane money. So if you can manufacture yourself a 90% fail rate with TradeBlade, you're going to be pulling every day or two. You're going to be pulling about 150 bucks every day or two, every single time you fail. Amazing. That adds up and adds up quickly, especially since you only need about $1,000 to do that. Now, to do the whole system, you need about $2,000 in a live trading account, and that's the negative. You know, you're saving the money now by putting a little chunk aside and hedging the other side of your trades. But here's the outcomes. You can come in here anytime and play with these sliders. These sliders, and a lot of these are Monte Carlo. MC stands for Monte Carlo. They're Monte Carlo derived, so they're derived through a random walk, sort of back test. But these are your 3 scenarios when you use TradeBlade or when you don't. You either fail the eval, you pass the eval and fail from there, or you pass the eval and you get to payout. So there's only 3 scenarios. So we model and we figure out what's the best way to attack this. If we attack this with a 1 hedge, 1 contract, 1 MES, when we trade an ES, we do a 1 MES trade on the other side. When we lose the 2K on the prop account, we fail it, we actually gain $200 on the hedge account. That's your live account. That's your live cash account. So you just netted after hedge commissions on average of about $157. Now this can be done and it is done in 1 or 2 days. It will resolve either on day 1 or on day 2. So you will have a funded account on day 2 or day 1, no matter what, or after 2 days, you will have blown the evaluation, and you end up netting about 150 bucks. This occurs 60% of the time statistically. So if you use TradeBlade as designed, we try to get there in 1 trade or 2 trades. If you try a different path, these are dramatically different. However, you can't capture all of the hedge if you have any end of day ratcheting. And I know that's kind of a complex thing. I'll leave it there for later. So we have scenario 1, we have scenario 2. Scenario 2 is a past eval. So what happens when we pass eval? Well, we just lost 300 bucks, give or take, on the hedge account. like saying we moved it from checking to savings. We didn't lose the money because we have recovery paths still. Recovery path number one is failing the funded while doubling our size. So we actually, and it shows right here, during the funded hedge, during phase one is up to 1,800, we hedge it with 2 contracts. Beyond that, phase two, we hedge it with 4 contracts. So 1,800 to 3,600, we hedge it with 4 contracts. By doing that, we come in here and that same $2,000 that we blew before, that we collected here, we collected 10%. We now do 20% because we have two contracts if we fail from here. So that's getting us $400. This also takes into account some other variances and accounts for it, so it's not quite $400. But it turns out we lose about $85 in scenario 2. So 6 of the 10, we make 157. 3 of those 10, we actually lose 85. And 1 of those 10, we actually get to the payout. And then we get to what I call a bonus round, which is the second payout, but it's a bonus round for us, which is why this is, I don't know. It's difficult to explain all of this. I'm doing my best. Hopefully it's working out. You can understand. Let's see if there's any chat. Anyone watching real quick. Live streaming. Let's pop this out. Yeah, there is nobody here. So we have nobody talking yet. That's okay. What else? So I don't say into the mic. That's rude. So anyway, I'm gonna probably call it here for now. When I get back in, when I decide to actually take a new trade, I will get back in and do some more live streaming. So take care. I typically trade just after the Asian market opens, or just after Globex begins at 5 p.m. Central. And I'll trade throughout the session depending on what things are, what's going on. But like and subscribe, share the video, and yeah, give TradeBlade a look. It's worth, yes, it's a little bit, it's counterintuitive, which makes it a little bit difficult to understand. Fail the eval? Fail it? But yeah, fail it. So it takes a little bit of investment and attention to really truly understand. That's my challenge. I'm going to keep giving it a go. I'm going to keep doing these live streams. Thank you very much for watching, and we'll see.